Welcome back to my shitty kitchen. It's not looking quite so shitty at the moment, but it is still a shitty kitchen. I have a problem. And I wanted to get some things off my chest in the hope that somebody, or more than somebody, would happen past this video and maybe be able to give me some advice. Really, it's to do with Magic: The Gathering. Now, it's a bit there is a bit of a long story, but I won't go into that. But I am a complete and utter newcomer to the game. And from what I've read online, Commander is the hardest format to learn by. But unfortunately, that is what interests me the most. I like the cards. I like the art. I like having the cards. But actually playing the game it's for a complete beginner. It is a bit daunting, shall we say. Now, where I live, there is no LGS. I don't know anybody in the town where I live that plays casual kitchen table Commander. I don't know anybody that plays Magic: The Gathering locally. There is a game shop in a nearby city, but it takes me from where I live. It takes me a good half an hour to walk to the train station. It's then a good 35 to 40 minutes on the train, and it's then a good 45 minutes walk from the train station to the game shop for me. And that takes quite a bit of effort because I'm not young, and I'm not physically mobile as much as I used to be. So that takes a lot of effort for me to get there. Now the shop owner is very nice, very friendly, very welcoming, and very helpful. The people that I have had the experience of playing against so far have all been generally very friendly, quite open. But I've only played really 4 games. But the issue I have as a complete and utter beginner is that the people I'm playing against, playing with, if you like, they basically they've been doing it for a very long time, and it's all quite automatic for them. You know, they play that, they know what that does. They don't, and I am not confident enough. I don't know them well enough. I don't know what I'm doing well enough to actually say, hang on a minute, what was it you did there? What does that mean? Can you go slower, please? Because I don't understand. I don't feel confident enough to actually say that. 2 of the experiences I had were quite enjoyable up to a point. Excuse me. Excuse me. I might be sneezing in a minute. There might be a blur. Oh dear. It was enjoyable up to a point. But the last 2 experiences I've had were a little bit different. Played against a couple of other people that were there, and they obviously knew their decks inside out. Their decks were obviously extremely powerful, extremely powerful. And I'm just sitting there with my silly little uh, cobbled together, yeah, deck that I don't even know very well because I'm not getting the chance to use it. Um, I appreciate a lot of this is on me, not being quick enough to learn. You know, um, but the very last game I had was it. I hate to say this, but it was boring. It was very, very boring. Um, I think I played 5 cards and then basically just sat and watched this particular guy, yeah, gain access to his entire deck and just do whatever the hell he wanted. Until such a time, it was about 25, 35 minutes later, one of the other people that was sitting there saying, you might just as well concede because, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that was not enjoyable. That was not fun. Um, and I, as a fledgling hobby that gave me social interaction and fun, it didn't meet all of that criteria. Um, it was yeah, it was not a fun time. Um, I enjoy sitting here, putting the cards together in different orders and making decks on Moxfield with what I've got. I enjoy that side of things, but that is, yeah, that doesn't fulfill the requirements of the hobby as I see it. Um, I wanted something that was going to be more of a social thing, um, and more of a fun thing. Um, but it seems like to me, as a complete and utter beginner, the learning curve is too steep. Um, you never know what you're going to be up against. Um, and basically, if the people you're playing against don't know how to slow themselves down because they've been doing it for so many years and it's basically automatic for them, then I've pretty much got no chance. Mm. Thank you. Thank you for that. Um, I live in southwest Germany. I live in a town called Neunkirchen, Saarland. That's as much of my information as I'm prepared to give out. The shop where I have to go to is in Saarbrücken. That's the only place I know where I can actually go to play. Like I said, I don't know anybody that lives in this town that plays Magic. I don't know anybody, and I don't know how to find anybody. I've put general notices out on Facebook. My wife, who is from Neunkirchen, she actually, she's born and bred here, lived all her life here, has put messages out on Facebook to various groups, and does anybody know anybody that could help my husband to learn this game? So I'm in a bit of a quandary. Yeah, a painful quandary. Uh, as to what it is I can do going forward with this game stroke hobby. I've spent quite a bit of money so far, but I don't begrudge that. I've got a lot of cards. Yeah, not expensive cards. I've not gone stupid. Um, but I have got quite a few cards. I have got a couple of precons that I brought. But even that, I've got to learn it before I can play it. And if I can't play it, I can't learn it. So is this an inherent problem with the game? Is it something that I need to spend years trying to learn? Because I maybe not have years to try to learn it. Would it be a good idea just to give up and try to find something else? It like I said, it is something that it scratches that itch for me, but I can't see a way to actually get it to be the experience that I feel it should be. Not sure if this is coming across very well. My personal point of view, whenever I play any game, is that it should be fun. It should be fun for me. It should be fun for the people I'm playing against or playing with. That is the whole point of a game. It's not a sport. It's not a Olympic competition. It's a game. Yeah, it should be friendly. It should be fun. Yeah, the friendly aspect is there, but the fun aspect isn't. Like I've said, I've played maybe 4 games, and I think in those 4 games I've probably laid about 25 cards in total. It's not a lot, is it? Considering the deck is 100 cards. Yeah. So I'm not getting out of the game what I feel I should be getting out of the game, and I don't fully know how to circumnavigate this issue. I don't know what is the best way to go about it. I feel like I'm just running into a brick wall all the time. Now, I don't know if anybody else has experienced this kind of thing. I'm thinking maybe that a lot of people, when they get into Magic the Gathering, or when they did get into Magic the Gathering, got into it as a group, and they all learnt together from each other. But I'm not in that situation. I'm basically a complete outsider trying to break into an alien world. And I don't quite know how to go about it. So yeah, any kind of advice or experience of these things. I know everybody is different. Every single person on this planet is different from the next one. We're all humans, but we're all different at the same time. And you can't foresee what is going to happen with the next person that you meet. You can't. You can only be as honest as you possibly can, as open as you possibly can, and hope that is reciprocated. As far as I understood the game, whenever you play a card, you should have like a momentary pause to allow the other players to say in response to that. But if that momentary pause isn't there, if someone is just going, oh, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this, then there is no option to say, hang on a minute, I want to counter that with this, or I want to do this, which affects what it is you're doing. There is no option for that. Because for them it's just automatic. It's like clockwork. It's like da, 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 da. So as I keep saying, for an absolute beginner, it's almost like I'm not participating in the thing that I'm participating in. Almost like I feel excluded. as a beginner. Um, and it shouldn't be like that. When you consider it is an extremely popular game, when you consider that it is a very, very well-known game, but people trying to get into it should not feel excluded. Because if you take that to its infinite point, there'll come a day when nobody plays it because everybody's excluded. It's all very well having the resources to get all the best cards and to put them together, which is in itself a skill. Admittedly, it is a skill to know how to make these things interact with each other. That is a skill, and yeah, I admire people that can do that. But it has taken time for that skill to come, so therefore, I feel like maybe people should be more aware of people trying to get to that level. Although I doubt I would ever get to that level, but at least having a chance to even begin to compete, having a chance to even begin to compete. And I'm not talking about winning. I'm not talking about, being the best or anything like that. I'm talking about just having an outside chance of being able to be involved. And I feel as though that isn't the case. Like I said, I have now met in the past 4 weeks. I've met 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 people, and have had experiences of playing with or against, and it's all the same. As nice as they are, as friendly as they are, I've learned nothing. I can sit here all day on my own and shuffle the cards around and read them and look at them, but the actual learning by doing, the experience that you get by actually, I know now what that does because, yeah, thank you, that isn't happening. No, I can't. Obviously, I can't. People that watch this might say, "Yeah, well, that's a bit unlucky because in my local game store we are very, very helpful, and we will always." That advice doesn't help me because I cannot move from here to where you are. That doesn't help me. So I'm not sure where to go with it. I'm not sure how to proceed. I don't want to give up. That's not what I'm trying to say here. What I feel I need is some people that I know, some people that I am comfortable with, some people that I know. Hang on a minute, mate. What is it you've done there, please? But personally, I don't feel confident to do that with strangers. That's not in my upbringing, to be that forthright, to be that forward. So yeah, you could say that is my own personal fault. It's a fault in my character. It could be that I'm not that kind of person. So therefore, maybe the game isn't for me. Which then leads me back to that question again. So yeah, any thoughts or advice or help? I have played Arena, and yeah, and I kind of understand what I'm doing on that. But it's a bit automated, isn't it? I mean, it's just like, yeah, click, yeah, and it does it. Click, and it does it. Yeah, I'll put that one out. Click, and it does it. It's a bit automated. So that doesn't really help very much. I've tried running decks that I've put together against the AI in Forge, MTG Forge. It works up to a point, but it's not perfect. The program isn't perfect. And again, there's a fair part of it which is automated. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So that I feel isn't really helpful. I have a couple of times now played against my two sons via untap.in. Now, obviously, because I'm playing against my sons, I am comfortable chatting with them and comfortable in their virtual presence. So that was helpful, but I can't pester them to do that as often as I would like. So I don't know, guys. If anybody out there that watches this can think of a way to help me, maybe there's someone out there that has this untap in and would like to say, okay, look, yeah, I'll make a time and a date with you, a couple of friends of mine, and we will help you. We will sit down and spend some time and help you to learn how to play this game and how to get more involved in this game. That would be appreciated. That would be much appreciated. Yeah, I'm asking people to give up their time to help a silly old man, but yeah, there's got to be some good-hearted people out there. Yeah, there's a lot of people on the planet that they're not all horrible. I know that, you know. Maybe if anybody knew anybody that knows anybody that knows anybody that knows anybody from Southwest Germany that can speak a degree of English. My German is not perfect, but obviously that again comes down to me. But it's not the most important thing. English is not the most important thing. But yeah, if somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that could maybe put me in touch with, or they could get in touch with me, that would be great. Like I said, it's not something I would like to abandon. But if it comes to it, there's only so many times I can bang my head against that brick wall. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. I apologise if it's come across a bit odd. I apologise if it's not the sort of normal thing you expect to hear on this channel. But yeah, it's something, like I said, I wanted to get off my chest. So thank you for listening, and cheers.